Welcome to the Roth Show.
About 3 weeks later, I'm working night shift down at San Gabriel Community Hospital. I'm a night janitor, night porter, and tech. We called it tech because we had to learn how to do the new movable x-rays, which in 1972 was pretty fucking amazing. You had to go to the x-rays. Then the idea of somebody pushing it in and going, "Good evening, Mr. Sarowski." That shit did not exist, okay? The idea of even when we dropped a needle in surgery, and I was a cleanup boy, you drop a needle and somebody goes, "The count is off, we're missing a needle." It might have fallen, the motherfucker. So everybody goes, "Freeze, where's Roth?" I was the only one allowed to move. Everybody stops in case it got caught in the cuff of your shoe, okay, or in your sock, or in the grommet on your shoe, like this kind of a thing. You want to even hear these stories? Because I tell you what, all I've got to show you is my credibility. All I've got to show you is my honesty. All I've got to show you is my history, okay? And this is part of it, guys. You know I love to song and dance for you, and sometimes I'm the organ grinder, and sometimes I'm just the monkey. So, watch out the rest of the show and see if you want to fucking stick around for me, because I got some serious shit to tell you, like this. Freeze! Where's Roth? And if I was in the other room, everybody would freeze, and I put on special booties and shit. We called green Hornets with the hair nets and so forth. Come in, and I crawl around on my hands and knees till I found that thing. The idea of having the metal detector with the x-ray and stuff, because sometimes it fell in you. And you got to bring in the thing and find the needle. You got to scan them the way our kids go out there and the soldiers and stuff like that, scan them for landmines. And sometimes I'd be down there for an hour. These are tiny little needles and that kind of a thing. This is part of the versification that I use when I start talking about cannabis. This is my background to it, the humanity, the vibe, the woman who was my mentor at that point in time. And I'm not going to use names because a lot of our friends and colleagues are still with us in some sense of the word. Combat nurse, 2 tours of duty in Korea, MASH unit, Mobile Army Surgical Hospital, 3 tours of duty in Vietnam. And when I start spitting and swearing and go, "What the fuck?" That's her. I was assigned to her by my dad. He says, those are my patients. I don't get to pick my patients. You want some of this? 3 weeks later, there I was, Spanish spoken. If you go down there now, the parking instructions are literally in 9 languages. I'm not sure what Tagalog is. Yes, I am, but I'm saying I'm not for effect. It wasn't even in Spanish in the days. And when they deferred and didn't have enough spaces in the other hospitals, they shuffled. I worked night shift, and that's where I learned my humanities. When you hear David Lee Roth telling you stories about this kind of background or working in a place like that, you think, oh, I've seen movies like that. It's hospital hijinks, and yeah, there's high points too, okay. I remember when one of the orderlies late at night, it's 4 a.m, nothing's happening, it's a Monday night, pretty sure nothing's gonna happen, tried to make a hot dog in the autoclave. Curiously enough, today in Merveld's Cuisine, the 6 editions of the fellow who spent millions investigating what's the perfect burger, what is the perfect fry and the fried chicken and that kind of thing, says if you want to make a perfect hot dog, there's a certain kind of meat, but you put it in a pressurized autoclave. That way it cooks exactly. The steam goes exactly through and the hot dog is cooked perfectly. If you want to see that in action, go to Pollo Loco at exactly 10 a.m. here in Los Angeles. That's when they open. The fellas are relaxed, they're loose, free lunch. They keep the flame nice and low and they cook it nice and slow all the way through. And that's what pressurized steam does to a hot dog, okay? So some fucking genius says, I remember his name, but he may still be. He might even be listening. Jesse may be listening. And he put a hot dog in the autoclave in one of the surgical units off the side where we washed the instruments and shit. 70s, it was a very different day. Hold it close like this and put the pressure on, and we got a fucking call. Got to get out to the emergency. We make it down there. We got to go through the back way because we're Green Hornets. We represent surgery. And we're in the green smocks and so forth, and we're pushing the bed. And we get down there, pick up our guy. We get right back to surgery, start to open the room, get it all lit up and prepped. The doctor is on his way. The nurses are flooding into the room. And it doesn't occur to us that we're still cooking that hot dog at about 8,000 pounds of sterolytic pressure, the same shit that we wash tattoo needles with, okay? Like, it doesn't just kill bacteria, that shit'll bend an antenna from that kind of thing. And we both looked at each other because we smelled it. You ever smell a cigarette stand? Multiply that 17 times, okay? And it was all located in a room. It was all we could do to get that fucking door closed and get wet towels on the bottom and kind of clean that out until everything was done, maybe 3 hours later, okay? Was a hand, got the hand fixed. The fellow who came in caught his hand in a vacuum cleaner. Okay, it was horrible, but everybody knew what to do. He got his shit tight. Even he was smiling and laughing. He got on the bike and in, like it's the first time I ever saw that happen. Guys, and then he starts smiling and went, whoa, careful what you show your kids. And he got rolled out and everybody's gone. And we waited. It was like a Belushi movie. It was like Lampoon. You sit there, you say, oh, that was great. The last nurse goes, okay, guys, make sure you clean up. And that door closed over. We fucking move! I mean, pull that fucking towels! And it's boosh. It smelled like Katz's at lunch, you know, with the corned beef and the pastrami and everything. I'm telling you, I almost got a hard on. I love that smell. But it was like, whoa! If Nurse Cratchit smells it, we're fucked. And she did not, Moses. We spent the night just swabbing that shit with Vesphine 4. That shit'll take the paint off a Corvette, popular car at the time. And we had our masks on and our plastic glasses. That shit was coming off the ceiling. We had like you do in the ceiling like this. Ooh, you could have eat off the ceiling. And I remember, I guess she must have known, okay, because you don't do that many tours of duty in combat front. And walk in and she goes, my, it is particularly clean today. You that like the asshole.